Hey, good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Brothers-in-law. And on this channel, we discuss police-involved incidents that occur around the country, and we give our analysis on whether the actions of those police officers are what a reasonable officer would do. We also look at the actions of the citizens to see if they have followed our acronym CALM, which stands for Comply, Answer Questions, Listen, and Move On, where their situation had turned out differently. Now, we've been doing this for a while, and we get a lot of negative feedback from the I call the keyboard warriors who really don't like police. But that's all fine and dandy. But what we're trying to do is telling you or teach you how to be safe. So you don't know what type of officer you're going to get, and when that happens, there's a certain way that we need to conduct ourselves. Now I'm a civilian now, I'm no longer an officer, but I would still follow these exact same principles because one, especially if I hadn't done anything wrong, I'm going to totally cooperate with them. I know my rights. I know they're not going to do anything to try to violate my rights. But then you don't know what type of officer you're going to get. You may get that knucklehead officer who may try to violate your rights. But at the same time, following the CALM acronym will help alleviate them from trying to do anything stupid to them because you are listening to them. And if it does happen that way, then guess what? You find your lawyer, you lawyer you up, and you sue the daylights out of them. And guess what? You live to enjoy your newfound riches. So, my name is Corey. I'm a former Virginia State police officer, and I'm a retired Navy Chief Petty Officer, 21 years of service. And my host tonight is Mr. Michael Bradley. What's up, my dog?
What's going on? I see you, Tone. I see you. Jesus loves you. Thanks for joining us. We got a good one lined up. This is kind of an old video, but it really points to a police officer's obligation of due diligence, if you will. You know what I'm saying? This could have easily went one way, but it went, unfortunately, the result was terrible, but it went another way, all because these officers chose to continue to investigate and continue to follow up. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get into that. Other than that, what's good with you, Corey? Everything good?
Oh yeah, everything is good. So what I like to say, hey, if you're new to our channel, you're just checking us out for the first time, and you like the content of this video, once you watch it, please go ahead and hit that like, share, and subscribe button for us, and we greatly appreciate that. Also, if you like to help support our channel, head over to our merch shop, Brothers-in-law. Pick yourself up a new cool T-shirt that we have over there. Just love you. Thank you for shopping at the store. Appreciate it. And help us grow the channel and spread the message of staying calm, which stands for comply, answer questions, listen, and move on.
What's up, Goat? I see you, Goat.
Yeah, what's up, Goat? And so, Mike was saying, yeah, this was a couple years ago, but again, that's all right. The point is to talk about what happened and why police officers do the things that they do. And again, if you watched our video last week, which hopefully I'll be able to put in the little I button up there where you can watch that video. But sometimes you wonder why officers ask you a particular question, Mike, when they pull you over. Where you're coming from, any weapons in the car, any drugs in the car, any bodies in the car, any bombs in the car, any bazookas in the car. You're like, why are you asking me these stupid questions? Well, if you watched our video last week, you see why. The guy had a bomb in the car and it actually blew up. This week, Mike's going to break it down in a second. Guys covered in blood, regular, I hate using that word, routine traffic stop.
We'll just say regular.
Right, regular. Regular traffic stop. Guy gets out the car, DUI, covered in blood, and we'll watch what happens next after that. So go ahead, Mike, take it away.
All right. Now, this happened in July of 2022. I forgot what city this happened in.
I think it was Key something, like not Key West.
Okay.
But it was in Florida.
Okay. So it's kind of long, so we will break it up a little bit because there's good talking points in this video. You know what I'm saying? And again, if you want to watch the video in its entirety without interruptions, you can see it on YouTube or any of those places.
Yeah.
It's all over here.
I
So
put
here,
the link down in the description below. So if you want to check it out anytime, just copy and paste the link into your search engine, and you're able to watch it in its entirety.
So to set it up, these officers they get a call of a vehicle driving erratically and then illegally parked. So they roll up on a vehicle. I don't know if they actually pulled the vehicle over or it sounds like it was already stopped by the time they got there. So they didn't see the person driving and didn't choose to go that route. So we'll just let the video play for itself. Here you go.
23rd, 2022, an officer initiated a traffic stop in response to reports of a car driving erratically and being illegally parked. Upon the officer's arrival, a man exited the driver's seat and immediately confessed to being drunk. What unfolded that night was devastating.
You okay? Take a seat. 6-4. Driver's covered in blood. Looks like it's going to be a signal 3.
10-4, you need rescue?
10-4. Yo, get off the phone. Hang up the phone.
Conscious alert, sir.
10-4.
9.
10-4. Conscious alert.
Thank you. Clear, vertical.
Where are you coming from, man? Dion?
As you can see, he got blood on his face. He looks like he got blood on his arms and blood on his chest.
Mm-hmm.
Now, first, Corey, as an officer, what am I thinking if I pull up to this? Obviously, this is a guy that they call the cops on. He's parked illegally. He's stumbling out of the car. He's in good shape. I'm by myself. Okay, so is it reasonable to have him sit down on the curb? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
That's why it's reasonable. Is it reasonable to have him don't call, get off the phone? Yeah, because I don't know if you calling somebody to come get you. I don't know if you calling somebody that's going to come and create a problem for me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we're gonna start from the beginning, and this is what's running through my head. Now I'm thinking, okay, you got a lot of blood on you, so where could that be coming from? Right?
Right. Now that's what you guys start thinking too now. So, we always talk about those red flags. So, that would be my first thing. I think, I'm cool with him just sitting down. Yeah, he is drunk. He seems as though it's like he's, maybe even stumbling a little bit. He doesn't have his full balance. I might have tried to go ahead and put him in handcuffs. Maybe not, just have him sit down. But I definitely would have been digging a lot more about the blood.
Yeah. And the reason why I'm having you sit down on a curb, because you're less likely to start fighting me, or I might have a extra second to fight with you or combat that effort. So it's when you sit down, it puts me at a position of advantage because I'm standing up and you sitting down. I'm more ready for whatever. Here we go.
Go. He very well could have been skinning some hogs, so we don't know yet. That's why we got to figure it out.
Could be.
Hey, go. Badass, welcome.
What's up, badass? Here we go.
You all right, man? I get that, but your face is all bloody, your arms are bloody. Okay.
Zulu, Juliet, Mike, 87, Silver, 7.
With God? God? Okay.
Well, he's definitely
Listen, I got an
intoxicated.
ambulance coming to check you out,
Yeah.
man. You all right? You feel all right? You don't feel all right? What's going on?
Okay.
Okay.
The God, I'm gonna kill all you motherfuckers.
Okay.
I'm gonna kill every last one of you motherfuckers on this earth. I'm gonna kill every last one of you motherfuckers on this earth.
Okay, let me talk to our viewers for a second. You
Yep.
hear a person like that, he's sitting down, he's intoxicated, he is probably in better shape than you are. And I say that because that does matter, Corey. You know what I'm saying? He is screaming, I'm gonna kill all y'all. Do you think this person has a chance of fighting you? Probably. You know what I'm saying? Whether he does or not is beside the point.
Right.
So you need to, your red flags need to be going up. You need to be more alert on what this person is saying and what this person is doing. You don't know what's going on here. All you know is this person is intoxicated, got blood on him, and came stumbling out of the car that was reported as driving erratically and then parked illegally.
Yeah. Now at this point, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna start asking. Okay, you talking about Kim? Well, do you got any weapons on you? Is there any weapons inside the vehicle? I haven't heard him ask that. That yet. Now he may still be by himself, so I'm gonna kind of give him a little bit of the doubt
Right.
for a second. So but at this point, I'm definitely gonna be looking at them hands. I may even go ahead while he's still on the ground. Mike, at this point, I may go ahead and put him in handcuffs and give him a pat down.
That's reasonable.
Yeah, before we figure out what's going on, because now you think about it, this guy's now making verbal threats to you, right?
Yeah, saying I'm gonna kill all y'all. Okay. I mean, you could look at that as a civilian and say, yeah, he just drunk. He's saying stuff out his ass.
Right.
But as the cop, you cannot afford to take that lightly. You have to assume that he might really mean it. You know what I'm saying? So you have to act accordingly as an officer dealing with this guy, because your number one concern is your own safety first, and then his safety. All right.
And he already called for backup, and that's why he's kind of stalling a little bit. He's waiting for them to arrive, badass. But yeah, he did call for backup. Hey, Stacy, welcome.
And he called for medical assistance.
And he called for medical assistance already. Yep.
Here we go.
I'm gonna kill every last one on earth. I don't give a fuck. Okay. Your ass go to that sun. The sun that be hot. Yeah. I don't care. Yeah, your ass get there, you ain't gonna give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I do not give a fuck.
At this point, I'm observing the car to see, could he have been involved in a traffic collision, a hit and run? You know what I'm saying? Who knows? So yeah.
And that's probably what he's doing. But once you're making those type of verbal threats, okay, so he does have
now he's covering in the gets there.
Yep.
Is that your car? Just jumped out, said he was drunk. Looks like he just got a flat tire, was just smoking a lot.
Okay, I hate to keep stopping it, folks, but there's a lot of talking points here we want to hit. At this point, you're the officer on scene. You roll up on this. This is what you have. You have to decide what could be going on here, what has happened here, what are you going to do about it? Okay, what can you do about it? So your investigation has immediately started. So that's how you should be thinking as an officer.
Here's a question for our viewers. At this point, do you think you have enough probable cause to search the vehicle?
Good question.
Let us hear your comments down below. At this point, do you feel that you have enough probable cause or any probable cause at all to search the vehicle at this point?
Yeah.
What
And
say you?
keep in mind, searching the vehicle, there's two ways you could look at that. Just looking in the vehicle from the outside, seeing what you can see, that's not illegal. You can do that anytime. Just like walking past a parked car that's locked up, you can look inside the windows at any time, right? You're not opening and searching the contents of the vehicle physically, but you can do a visible search, right? Right. So there's two. I just want you to keep that in mind. There's the difference between doing a visible search from the outside of the car, seeing what you can see on the inside, versus actually physically searching the interior of the car. All right, here you go.
I do not give a f- this earth. Why are you covering blood? I do not give a f- this earth. Establish that, but I'm asking a question. I do not give a f- this earth. I don't give a f- life. I don't give a f- death. I don't give a f- not here. I don't give a f- I own everything. I don't give a f- nothing.
So you see where this dude's mental state is.
I don't give a f- nothing.
Versus how much is alcohol talk?
Right.
So why are you covered in blood?
Y'all not gonna judge me. Y'all can't judge me. Y'all can't do nothing. I'm the boss of the whole wide world. I don't give a f- nothing.
So I want our viewers to start thinking about what you would do in this situation as an officer. What would you do? You have to handle this, obviously. Obviously, he can't be driving, so you have to do something. What are you going to do?
I mean, they could just stop it real quick, Mike.
Okay.
So that the question was that up to this point, do you have enough probable cause to search the vehicle? Like Mike said, you can do a look in without going in. You still would need to get his consent because, I mean, yeah, he has blood on him. All right, but did you see now? Once you saw the blood all splattered inside the interior of the vehicle, at that point, and up to this point, yes, he's not detained, but once he started making all those threats and comments stuff, me personally, I would have went on ahead and put him in handcuffs. But if I'm not visibly seeing anything right now that looks like there was some type of an altercation that took place inside that vehicle, at this point, no, I'm still not going to search. You're going to be able to search it without his consent once you arrest him and you take him off, because you got to then do an inventory of the vehicle. So, if you're one of those type of officers or if you're unsure, then you wait till the arrest has been made, and then now you have to inventory the vehicle, and then you can go in and do your search. It's kind of different than from a DUI. I'm already pulled you out. You are my probable cause. Yes, your car is still gonna get towed, and then yes, it would have to be inventory. So then I can go in and inventory the items in your car, document those things, and have your vehicle towed. But in this situation here, I will just wait until I place you under arrest, and then I would tow the vehicle and then inventory that way.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm not going to search the vehicle without his consent right now. Unless I saw something in there that gives me probable cause to search the vehicle. Something illegal in there. That's different. But right now, I wouldn't search the interior, but it's certainly a situation that I would want to investigate further. Tone says, what's Tone say? I just had it. Man. I think Tone said detain and
call paramedics.
Call paramedics.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you, out of curiosity, it seems like it's common sense here, but just so we on the same page, what do you detain him for, Tone? Are you detaining him because of his level of intoxication? Are you detaining him because he got blood on him? Be more specific about why you're detaining him. All right, here we go.
You want to answer Jesus loves you questions?
Oh, what Jesus love you said? Let me.
Is that I thought once a person that's detained threatened to kill you can go ahead and search their vehicle.
Not unless I see something that gives me probable cause. He's outside the vehicle and he's saying that outside the vehicle. That is not something that gives me permission to go and search his car. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a threat that he's given me, but that still doesn't give me permission to search his car. Unless
what that does give
something in there, right?
Right, but it does give you the enough suspicion to go ahead and detain him and search his person.
Yeah, that's the different story.
Yeah. Now, if he was sitting in the car, Jesus love you, then again, all right, now I'm gonna get you out of the car. And then detain you, and then okay, whatever probable cause may have or whatever, then maybe, or if I can see the weapon, are there any weapon, and then you ask, are there any weapons in the car? And if he drunk enough, he may say, yeah. All right, well, you definitely
he may.
now I am gonna search the vehicle for a possible weapon.
Right. Plus, I mean, with the threat, with him out the car and the threat that he's making here, very reasonable to handcuff him. Handcuff him and at least pat him down, search him for weapons, because he made a threat. Okay, like that. Who knows if he's got anything on him? You have to make the scene safe. Okay, so whatever's in that car that may be illegal at this point is not going to hurt you. So you have to put your physical safety as a priority here. You know what I'm saying? So there's nothing wrong with searching him for weapons after that threat, okay, and handcuffing him. Nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with you're saying too, badass. Detaining him and because you feel because of his intoxication and the threats. Yeah, go ahead and detain him. That's nothing wrong with that either.
Nope. Yep. That. I'm glad you said that, badass. Just because of intoxication. Yeah, you're right. And in other words, you have to investigate, is he too intoxicated to care for his own safety? More than likely, he will at least be arrested for public intoxication if they didn't see him driving, or if they don't feel comfortable that they have enough to associate him with DUI. Okay, you could at least hook him for public intoxication, unable to care for yourself.
Right.
So,
because remember, and that's a good point. I don't want us to get off topic, but
okay.
Was his car? And then you can't get him for DUI if you didn't see him physically driving. Yes, he might have got off. Now the car is shut off. When he gets there, he gets out of the vehicle. Now, did you see him drive the vehicle? Or no, the vehicle was already in park. Okay. Now, had he stayed in the vehicle with the keys, with him having access to the keys, then you could get him with the DUI. But he got out. So now the most you could probably get him for is public intoxication.
Yeah, I'm glad you pointed that out. So, folks, be careful. DUI, if I can show that a reasonable person would assume that you were driving the car, basically, such as keys in the ignition, okay, no one else is around, you're the only one here, okay, I actually see you getting out of the driver's seat of the vehicle, okay, that's enough for me to assume that you're the driver of this vehicle. Okay, so
and on top of not being in this is not where you live.
Right. That, of course, that's all part of the totality of the circumstances. Okay. Not to get off subject, but here we go. Let's keep it going. I'm gonna skip it forward just a minute here, but let's keep it going.
Something that doesn't like you did. It just kind of flat.
Blood,
Covering in blood.
Chris, gang, bang, fuck y'all.
Oh yeah, he jumped out of the car and said, "I'm drunk."
Blood, Chris, gang, bang, y'all. I don't give a I do not give a
How they going to get anything out? Whose car are you driving? Person in the back seat. I know. So lipstick in the front seat.
God. I'm God. I'm here in the flesh. I don't give a none of y'all. None of y'all. I'm God. I'm God. I own the whole world. I own the whole that black shit out here.
Let me fast forward a little bit because he just goes off on and on a bit. I'm gonna fast forward.
Here's a question they're getting in the comments. Having access to the keys. All right. Meaning, all right, just because the keys aren't in the ignition doesn't mean you still can't get charged with the DUI. All right, you have to have access to the keys. Now, if you took those keys and threw them outside the window or put them in the trunk, then you don't have access to them. Then it's hard for them to get a conviction on the DUI, right? Because you don't have access to the key. Yeah, obviously you drove it. Now, if the officer rolls up on you and you're just parked on the side of the road, well, he has to be able to articulate, well, how you got there, this, that, and the third. Another one, Mike, and I'm trying to remember if I ran into a situation like this, but the push button. And I know with the push button, it has to do with the key fob.
I'm going to get to your comment in a minute, badass, but go ahead.
It has to do with the key fob, whether or not, how all that plays out. And I have to trying to remember back to if I had a case like that with a push button. And if I did, I know it had something to do with the key fob, whether the key fob was on the person. Can you still start the key with, are you in range of the key fob? It's a whole mess to it. If you got a really good lawyer, you'll probably beat it if you have an electric start. But just regular key ignitions, you can't have access to it. If it's in the back seat, can you a drunk person reasonably reach back there and grab the keys and put it back in ignition, start the vehicle and drive off? Those are the type of things you have to look at. And most of the times when we had situations like that, Mike, if I rolled up on a car and they were in there sleeping and I wake them up, find they're drunk and the keys were not in the ignition, the most I would do, because I know it's kind of hard to get that conviction, I would just charge them with drunk in public.
Yeah, me too. If I don't, unless I got enough circumstances that it's obvious you were driving, you know what I'm saying? I probably will just skip the DUI and go with public intoxication, because above all, I'm not gonna let you drive away. That's for sure. You know what I'm saying? Bass makes a good comment though. Car's still on, wipers are going. Yeah, that's all good indications that he was probably driving the situation, and you put all that in the report. Car still on, wipers going, he exited the driver's seat. Even if it's a push button start, well, the car's still running. You know what I'm saying? In this case, the car's still running. He gets out, he said, I'm drunk. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, in that case, you could go DUI, but think of it this way too, Corey. Does it look like he's in the position to do field sobriety examinations?
No.
Probably not. You know what I'm saying? So, but to our viewers, as an officer, you got to do something. Obviously, you have this situation presented to you that's in front of you. You have to do something. You know what I'm saying?
You just can't
you can't let him go.
So I think you're gonna fast forward it now to the conversation. But thus far, now we're gonna shift because, like I said, this is a longer video. So if you want to watch it in its entirety without Mike and I talking, the link is down below in the description. Copy and paste it into the search engine, and you can watch it without us talking. Right. But up to this point, we have this individual. Possible DUI, if anything, drunk in public, blood on him. Now, as an officer, what do you think your next step would be?
Good question. Now, I'm a fast forward up to where they're going to arrest him for something, because I want you to see what they arrest him for. Here we go.
See all that blood on his right arm?
Yeah.
That's what you need, motherfucker. Need it too. Now let me search his pocket. Got a bunch of stuff on there. Kill all you want. Kill all you want. I'm gonna kill every last one of you motherfuckers. I'm gonna kill every last one. I'm gonna kill all you motherfuckers. I don't give a f*** to charge me. Those are tattoos. They're very detailed. Yeah. You, everybody who crossed me behind my back. I don't give a the ends are very detailed. I was just curious. Yeah, you're curious. You know what the they're doing with. Tell us. God. The Messiah. You spell that? Messiah. M-E-S-S-I-A-H. Community. I don't give what you say. You got to die. I ain't got to die. Let's not talk anymore. So, Mr. Washington. You done yelling yet or no? I don't give a f*** about none of that. I don't give a f*** about none. I don't give a f*** about none. Yep. I need to go to jail. That's correct. Yeah, you correct too. You're going to the sun. Take a seat. Every last one of you motherfucking people, you're going to the sun. You're not up me. Sit down, please. Sit in the car, please, Mr. Washington. Take a seat. Oh, y'all going to the sun. Gentlemen, sit in the car. You know how hot that sun is? Sit in the car. Do you know how hot that sun is? Everybody take a seat. Take a seat. Thank you. Ass muff. Oh, y'all. I don't give a f***. All right. I don't give a f***. Why y'all arresting me? Disorderly conduct.
Disorderly conduct. Okay, here we go. So let me back it up, or let me fast forward up to this point.
Quickly escalated into a much more serious situation. Based on the evidence found at the scene, officers conducted a welfare check.
Police, we don't care about the weed.
Okay, let's stop it right there before we go any further. So they arrested him for disorderly conduct, which is, in some cities that may be the same as public intoxication or something like that. It's one of those types of charges. They decided not to go with the DUI. Hey, they made their choice, and I'm fine with that too, Corey. You know what I'm saying? If they felt that they didn't want to do the DUI, okay, that's fine. But they arrested him for public intoxication. Based on everything they found at the scene, some officers could just let it go and taken to jail for public intoxication, had the car towed, search the car, make sure ain't nothing in there that ain't supposed to be in there, and leave it alone. But remember what I tell you, folks, an officer's job is to do his due diligence. Okay. Now you have enough here to where it makes you wonder, I probably should do a welfare check on whoever's identification they found in the car, which I believe they found this woman's identification in the car, right? And they found women items, clothing items inside the car after they searched. Okay, so you might want to do a welfare check on that woman whose items you found in the car, because he's got blood all over him. He's in the mental state where, okay, he's saying I'm gonna kill everybody. Might want to do a welfare check on that woman, right, Corey?
Right. Well, and I think what really led it to, they found an earring in his pants pocket, a bloody earring, and some of the money he had in his pocket had blood on it too. So this is what we play these guys to do their due diligence and to investigate. Right.
Right.
So many times you want us to you want the officer to turn a blind eye, as if the only thing you do is write him a ticket for speeding and speeding alone. No, they're that's why we ask probing questions like that. Hey, what do you have in these things? You never know what's going to happen, right? And if this was your loved one, you would want to make sure that the officers did their due diligence to try to get to your loved one in a matter of time to hopefully save his or her life. And in this case, as you're going to see here, these guys are just prolonging their investigation and could have saved her. We don't know. He might have done it hours ago, prior to this. We don't know, but yeah.
Yeah, good question, Tone. If you're at an event and you think you're too intoxicated to drive, so you decide to sleep it off in your car, is that a DUI or public intoxication? It could be a public intoxication, but if you decide to sleep it off in your car, make sure your car is parked, it's still parked, it didn't go nowhere, your keys are not in the ignition. Make sure it's enough that an officer could come to the conclusion that you just sleeping it off in your car and you never drove your car. You know what I'm saying? That's what's important.
How about this? Don't sit in the driver's seat.
Yeah, that too. Don't sit in the driver's seat. That's a good one.
Or if you're going to sit in the driver's seat, put the keys in the glove compartment, lock the glove compartment, or something like that. But I would always say don't sit in the driver's seat if you're going to sleep it off.
Yeah,
just don't, because now they can put that in on you and start. You give them the opportunity to possibly come up with some bullcrap charge and get you with a DUI, right? So don't put yourself in that position. Just sleep it off in the back seat or get in the passenger seat.
Right. Now, and the other thing is public intoxication. I mean, you could, I suppose, get arrested for public intoxication if you're drunk in the back seat of your car parked in a public area. Okay, not private, public area. But only way that might happen, Tone, is if I get a call of a suspicious person in the parking lot in their car. Okay, I might roll up on the scene and see you in the back seat, and you are so drunk that, okay, if I walk away, it's all about, am I feeling comfortable walking away from you, leaving you drunk in the back seat of a car? Probably not. Okay. Reason being, because once I contact you, I don't want to take a chance on you deciding to jump in the driver's seat when I leave and go. Okay. So it's safer for me to arrest you for public intoxication, because you could be arrested for that public intoxication in that scenario. Okay. I would probably arrest you for public intoxication, but that's just you go to the jail, you sleep off your intoxication, they may or may not give you a ticket, like a traffic ticket for that violation. Okay, and that's it. You go home. You're released once you sober up. Okay, that's always a safer option for me because I can guarantee that no, you didn't get in your car and drive off after I left. Okay, I handled the situation sufficiently, so there's nothing that you can come back on me and say I didn't do my job. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you look at that, Tone. You get public intoxication for that? Yeah, you could, but a DUI, I wouldn't. No, that I wouldn't go DUI on it at all. All right, let's go. They decided to do a welfare check based on the information that they found in the car, and here's how that goes.
Hold on, Mike.
Oh,
hold
okay.
on. Hold on. So, hey, y'all, this is where you get the two different opinions in it. Like, Mike and I both were police officers, right? All right. So in that scenario, Tone, he told you that he would probably arrest you for public intoxication. Well, what would this trooper here do? Well, this trooper here would probably wake you up, get you out the car, ask you a couple questions, and probably have you call somebody and come get you and carry you back home. That way, that's less. I have to do paperwork. If I arrest you for public intoxication, for us, our paperwork just for that is 2 hours long, right? And I'm asking myself now. I'm on the midnight shift. And this guy's sleeping. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Do I want to spend the next 2 hours writing, this foolishness report? Or I can just be going to my honeydew spot, hiding, and drinking a cup of coffee, waiting the rest of my shift out, right? I'm gonna have him call somebody, and we're gonna get them up at 2, and they're gonna cuss him out all the way because now you just disrupted them out their sleep, right? So what's probably gonna be more painful, right? Hearing your wife's mouth at 2 something in the morning, like she got to crawl out of bed, get the kids up, get them dressed, and get in the car and come get you, or you sleep in a 4x4 cell all night, and get up with a hangover, but at least you don't have your wife nagging in your ears, right? So that's just the difference between is either one right or wrong? No, I mean, are they both right? Yeah, they're both right. You can do either or, right? But it's going to be up to that officer's discretion. So I don't want to get off sidetrack because we could, but we get back to the video.
No, that's good though, Corey, because Tone, you could see how you got two different officers that may handle it two different ways. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't mean that you have to handle it this way or you have to handle it that way. There's more than one way to skin a cat, right?
Right.
For me, that arrest, the longest, it would take me longer to drive you and book you into jail than to do the paperwork. And where I'm from, you know what I'm saying? Some places, like Corey was saying, ain't like that. It like you say, it'd take you 2 hours just to do the paperwork.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In that situation, I may look at it differently too. You know what I'm saying? But just like Corey pointed out, you got two different solutions for the same problem.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All right.
Right.
Here we go. They show up and they do their due diligence here, and they're trying to do a welfare check on this female, and this is the address that she has listed on her identification that they found. Here we go.
The police department, we don't care about the weed, we just want to talk to you. Hi, how you doing? Good. Well, sir, we're looking for it. She lives. She's not here now. Does she live here? They're moving out. Does she live here right now currently, though? And she's moving out. And she already moved out, or is she still? She already moved out. Where does she live, sir? I don't know where she lives now. Let me ask you, do you know Delmont, Washington?
Delmont is the guy that they arrested.
Yeah. Who is he to you? He's nothing to me. Who is he to? What are they together? Are they a couple, or what are they? No, Delmont, Washington was with mom.
oldest daughter.
Okay. Who's that? What's the first name? Okay.
He beat him for 8 years.
Okay. So, have you seen him tonight?
No,
Was he here tonight?
I don't know.
You don't know if he was here in your apartment tonight.
That's not my apartment. I am the grand. I am.
Yeah. So whose apartment is this?
She lived here, but our last day was the day, and they was cleaning it up.
Oh, so who lives here right now? Today, who lives here besides?
Well, we was helping her clean up.
Oh, so where is she at? You know?
No.
Will she answer
So
your?
Dalvin Washington made a statement.
No. This is just us asking questions. What I'm curious about is if you call, is it? How do you say her?
It's my grand.
Okay, if you call her, will she answer? If you call her cell phone, will she answer you?
I don't have a cell phone.
Do you know her phone number? You can use mine.
No. She's not here now.
Well,
She left.
here's what I want to get to with you. If you're her grandma,
What Dalvin Washington?
listen, that's what I'm about to tell you. I want to make sure that she's okay. That's what we're here for. That's why we're here right now at midnight, to make sure that your granddaughter's okay. If she's here, we just want to see her.
No, she's not here.
Okay. So nobody's been here with you for the last 6 hours.
God, we'll see. 6 hours. I just came 2 hours ago.
Okay. And nobody's been here for the last 2 hours with you?
Yeah.
Who? That's what we're trying to get at. Who's with you? We're trying to find. We have to do a welfare check. And that.
Well, Dalvin Washington made statements that he was going to hurt him.
No. This is us doing our due diligence and following up and making sure that she's okay. That's all. We have no reason to believe anything, but we're just wanting to make sure that she's okay.
Well, I know Dalvin Washington. He beat the shit out of my oldest daughter for 8 years.
Okay.
And he's a psycho.
So where would Tamia be if she's not here?
I don't know. I know she had to have a place to stay.
Correct. You know where she's moving to?
No.
Was she living with Delmont?
She's not living with. Don't live with Dalvin Washington.
Okay. Yeah. So who does she live with? Like I said, we just want to find her, make sure she's all right, man. That's it.
She's okay.
How do we know that? How do you know that?
Because I'm grandfather.
I understand that.
And her mama is
All right.
and so I don't live with him no more.
Okay.
And he's pissed off about that.
When did that breakup happen? When did that breakup happen, you know?
Jesus Christ. You know what? Women fall in love with a cycle.
Well, possibly, but I'm not asking about that. I'm asking when that broke up. Like, when did they break up?
I don't know when they broke up.
Okay,
Because they can say they broke up, but they ain't broke up.
So where's the his mom, right?
That's my daughter.
Okay, so daughter and your granddaughter.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's
Excuse me, officer. Is that a problem?
no.
Kind of.
Dalvin busted in, called in and told them something.
That's not the case at all. That's not even what's going on.
I'm on the list here. This is my apartment. What's going on? You can tell me. You can talk to me. This is my grandpa.
Okay. So who are you? Your brother?
For me,
His husband. Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
so
Does she
she want
stay
to know if
this is our last day here. We're moving out.
they clean it up,
Okay.
Right. Everybody was here. Was cleaning
help her
up.
out, get the clean up.
Everybody has it. Like, was Delmon and your mother-in-law and your wife here with you too, or no?
My wife was here.
Okay.
We're not together anymore. We're still married, but we're separated.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like they
But
left.
what Dalvin have to do with this place?
This is an address that we have for. Is it? I'm sorry, I keep messing that up. This is an address that we have for. Rightfully so, because that's your wife.
Yes.
Now,
So we
I'm
want
not straight up with you, right? But
Kind of. I'm being honest. I mean, kind of. You are kind of being straight up because there's two other people in the apartment that weren't originally here when we asked you.
Why you mentioned the car? What's wrong with the car? Oh, okay. No, but you said you got it.
Well, like I said, there's aspects to this that we can't discuss with because it's still an ongoing thing. Like I said, what we're doing is a welfare check and making sure that these people are okay. Right. That's it. That's all we're doing.
No, but like a couple minutes ago, so I don't know about.
Me fast forward a little bit. We're almost to the end, folks. It's very painful trying to pry information out of this old man, Corey. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think it's because these individuals sound like they're being they're trying to be careful in telling the truth, basically. They're trying to be careful and not giving the officers too much information. But see, folks, what you don't realize is these officers are really doing the welfare check to make sure that this person is not dead, okay? Or something bad didn't happen to her, okay? So it's best to be, if the officer's there to do a welfare check and they're asking you questions, they're just trying to build and find some logical explanation as to why this woman's ID would be in his car, or he driving her car, or does she live here? Does she live there? We are trying to get in touch with her to make sure she's okay. It's not enough for this grandfather to say, well, I know she all right because I'm her grandfather. Well, you don't even know where she lives, right? So how you going to tell me that? I got to do my due diligence and make sure this woman is okay, right?
Remember how they got to this place now, like to this address, like you said, Mike, because, think about it, you find an earring in his pants pocket. That's not his vehicle. He's covered with blood. And, you got money with blood on it in his pocket. You have her ID. So, yeah, we gotta, okay, this is not adding up. Is this her blood, or is this, like Goat said, was he just slaughtering hogs and going out, or what happened? Did he get in a fight? Well, you got this woman's ID. This is not your car. You drunk as a skunk. There's a lot of red flags here. Yeah, we need to figure out what's going on, whose blood is that, and whose ID is this, whose car is this. Are they okay? So this is the reason, like Mike said, reason behind the welfare check. But this old man, I mean, he's just like, we're not here for you. They told you that they smelt the marijuana and everything. They're like, we don't care.
We don't care about the marijuana.
That's not why we're here. We're here because we need to find out, one, does she live here? Is she here? Can we just see her to know that she's okay?
That's it.
Or maybe she might have information of why he's so bloody.
Right.
And you go all the way. It could he be acting this way, Mike, because of all the media press, if you will, that the negativity that the law enforcement has, and he might feel that they are out to try to get her, and he's just kind of responding in this way. I don't know. I agree with you, Mike. He's just prolonging it, the investigation, because he doesn't want to divulge too much information, as if they're out to to get her. I told you why I was there. I'm here to make sure she's okay. So why would you not try to help me out in this area? Okay, you don't know. Okay, give me a couple of hangout spots where she might hang out, where she might go on this day at this time.
And you claim that you're her grandfather, and that's how you know she's okay, but you don't have her phone number. You don't have a cell phone. You don't have any way of getting in touch with her. But yet we're supposed to take your word for that and say she's okay. That's not due diligence, folks.
No.
These officers you may be trying to interrupt the police so much that you are actually hurting your relative here, your granddaughter. I think it was his granddaughter.
Right, granddaughter.
And you trying to hold that up. We just trying to make sure she's okay. Can you help us make sure she's okay? That's all you want to do.
Right. That's it.
All right, here we go. Almost finished, folks.
During the welfare check, The officers received a call providing them with an address where the female might be located. Although they had no luck at the first location, they eventually found her 2 hours later. What they discovered was devastating.
They took her to the hospital?
No, ma'am.
She's still in there?
We had to wait for detectives now.
So they found her dead.
She passed away. So what they say?
Investigated further on the call.
I see her on her face. They recognize her.
Are you the one that found her, ma'am?
Yeah.
Okay.
They said they couldn't find her, and they told me about her boyfriend, and they got arrested and that. So I said, well, let me. She was with you earlier, so let me come check over here.
Yeah.
The door was open. And she was on her stomach, and like blood was everywhere. I just ran out.
Okay. When did this lady come in? This other lady?
When I came out, when I was screaming and hollering, and I was talking to my son on the phone, somebody get over here. And she come down the street, I don't know. And then she went in with my granddaughter's boyfriend. And I went back in there, and I guess they flipped her over, or he did.
Your boyfriend did? Flipped her over?
Boyfriend. Because when I went back in there, I see her face. And she kept saying, oh, she breathed. And shut the up, just get away from me. I was like, she said, I got her put in jail.
So she came in after you. She wasn't here first, correct?
No, I was here first because they couldn't find her, and I kept calling her. So I said, "Well, let me come right around the corner." I said, "Let me come over here and check." So the door was open, and she just laying there like naked and blood everywhere. And she wouldn't say nothing to me because I tried to shake her and tell her to talk to me, but she didn't do nothing.
We almost finished here, folks. Hold on.
Yeah, so the crazy, the other lady came in afterwards.
Yeah.
She wasn't here first at all.
No, not that I know. I came here first. I don't know if she was here before. I don't know. But
Did she touch her at all?
probably, yeah.
She did?
Yeah, she did. 'Cause she
Okay, let's fast forward a little bit here.
Barbara Smith went in with her. Ma'am, which...
Unfortunately, officials pronounced her dead at the scene after a failed attempt to revive her. The woman had suffered severe trauma to her face and body inflicted by the man. Security footage from a nearby business showed the man and the woman arriving at the residence earlier that night. Later, the footage captured the man disposing of a large object and some clothing before leaving in the same vehicle that was stopped earlier. The man was charged with multiple offenses, including resisting arrest, disorderly conduct, disturbing the peace, DUI, assault on a peace officer,
They did do DUI,
probation violation, homicide, and evidence tampering. It was revealed that the man had a lengthy criminal history dating back to 1999, with past charges including battery, kidnapping, burglary, and larceny, among others. The man is currently serving a life sentence. Share your thoughts below and remember to like and subscribe for more videos.
all right, and that's it. But just Corey, just like I was saying, officers' job is not only to address the problem that's in front of them, but it also may lead them to something worse or something bigger. Okay, so they have to do their due diligence and continue the investigation. These officers could have just saw him intoxicated, step out of the vehicle and handle it right there and be done with it. But they continued their investigation based on what they saw. Okay, it wasn't enough for them to say, okay, this is just a drunk guy who happened to have blood on him, right?
and this is why I say there's no such thing as a routine traffic stop.
Yeah,
there was nothing routine about this, right? This is why we probe. Well, they probe and ask you these types of questions to see what's going on. They're looking. Every interaction you have is really some type of investigation, right? When they're detaining you, stopping you for whatever reason. is to figure out what's going on. Is there a crime taking place? This is how we do it. You know, that's I mean, it just eats me up when every time I hear, you know, that, especially on the news, and they say, you know, it's a routine traffic stop. There's nothing routine about it, right? But this is how police work is done, and fortunately, you know, it would already had happened before they interacted with them. She lost her life, but you know, this is a guy who probably should have been in jail for a long time prior before. I mean, he had a history since 1999, being in and out of jail on some pretty violent offenses.
Yeah.
You know, and now he's, you know, he's in jail for the rest of his life, and his young lady's life is now gone. But good police work on him. I have no heartache of how they handle this. I think they did and acted as reasonable officers would have or should have, and they got the dude.
Yeah, because of their due diligence, they were able to uncover a murder. The guy beat this woman to death, and they found that out because they were doing their due diligence and contacting. If police come to your door and they say, "I'm just here to do a welfare check on Jane Doe," or whatever the name is, you know what I'm saying? Give them the information that you know. They're really trying to do a welfare check. Okay. They either have some reason to believe that this person is hurt or may need help or is in danger or something to that effect, to where they need to talk to this person and make sure she's okay. That's a very common call for service we get. And that is a very common part of the detail that we should try to investigate. We want to make sure you're okay. There's no hiding about that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And you know, in today's climate too, and I'm glad these guys decided to do real police work. You know, with this climate now, you know, what we have with police and things happening in certain communities, you know, it's easy for officers to say, you know, screw it, I'm just going to take them on this and forget about, you know, the blood I see in the back seat of the car, or you know,
assume that it came from something innocent. You know what I'm saying?
and not do their due diligence. No, we want them to do their due diligence. We need them to do their due diligence to solve these crimes. You know, it could be, you know, for a kidnapped child, right? We need to make sure this kid is safe, right? And time is of essence here, Tone. You know, we always say time is on our side. Well, not always, especially when you're looking for somebody, you're trying to check on somebody's well-being. So, but I think this is a good video. Let us know what you think about this. Did the police act as reasonable officers? Did this guy get what he deserved, life in jail? Obviously, I think he should get the death penalty, but that's neither here or there. That's a topic for another day. I know some people have heartburn with that, but that's my thought process, and I'm allowed to have it. So there it is. But we're going to wrap this one up for tonight. Again, don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe button if you like the content of this video. We'll be back next week with another video. Delano, thank you so much for the videos you've sent us. He sent us another one that we got to look at too, and I'll forward that one to you, Mike. Again, hit that like, share, and subscribe button for us. Mike, final words, my brother.
Thanks for joining us. Jesus love you, Tone. I see you on here, Stacy. Let me see. Oh man, just I'm trying to scroll up. You know what I'm saying? Goat, badass. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for joining us, everybody. If you got any comments or something, hey, we love you. But you guys stay safe. Have a good weekend.
Yeah. Hey, happy Father's Day to everybody. Mike, happy Father's Day to you.
Thank you.
Enjoy your families this weekend, and we'll see y'all next week, same time, same sandbox. Peace, and hair grease. Love you.